Hello students, I SN Oja, PGT Bio from KV number 1 Riva welcomes you all in the series of video sessions and your video classes which is hosted by Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Jabalpur region. Students, we all are very happy to know that our students are very consistent, they are very regular with their academics. You know, the conditions are not so good as every day through news channels you could able to hear it. It is a approach of KVS Sangathan Jabalpur that none of the student of Jabalpur region will remain unattended, will remain unlearned in this lockdown period. As a student, if I tell you, this is the time for to enhancing our skills. As a student, if I tell you, it is a time to prepare yourself, because next year you are going to fight the board examination. It is a time gap which is given to you so that you can thorough with your academics, as well as you can enhance your hobbies also. Without wasting much of time, let me introduce my topic. In class 10th, as I was very consistent and watching the videos, because they are very best videos what I have seen by the time which run for the class 10th, maybe it is science, maybe it is maths or English or any other subjects. In science, if we talk particularly, your teachers have already started the physics and chemistry portion. Madam, she has taken the first chapter. She has almost all completed the chapter also, and sir has completed already the physics portion. Now somewhere there was a space which is left, and that is for biology portion. So from today onwards, we are going to start the biology topics, and in this bio topic, we will go for sequentially, we will go for all the chapters which are covered, or maximum chapters which could we cover in the given series. If we talk about the syllabus of biology, in your class 10th, the first biology chapter is concerns with life processes. So today onwards, we are going to start the chapter life processes. And today, particularly, we are going to discuss about the nutrition in plants. If you have seen that chapter has various subtopics, various subsections. For example, nutrition in plants, nutrition in animals, then it is respiration, then circulation or transportation in plants or transportation in animals, and at last it has excretion. So the four important topics were given in your book as far as this chapter is concerned. We are going to start the first topic from today. Are you all ready? Okay, let's begin. Well, before starting the chapter, because this chapter has two words, life processes. First of all, it is very important to understand what do you mean by life. Before that also, you have studied so many definitions of life. In class 6th it was there, 7th I think also it was there, and consistently if I tell you that what is life, you all know what is life. The processes which are performed for maintaining this life, That process is known as life process. But again the question arises, how can I define a life? So here I have summed up some of the characteristic feature of living being, of living organism. Remember, whenever we are talking about living organism can be a bacteria, unicellular organism, very small organism, that is also termed as living. Living organism can be a banyan tree, living organism can be an elephant or any big animal, any big plant or any small animal or any small microorganism. All are categorized as living. Now very surprisingly, if I ask you one question, what is the similarity between a bacteria and a human being? What is the similarity between bacteria and human being? I think it is a matter of laugh. Most of you will think that what is the similarity? Bacteria is a very small microorganism. Human beings are very large animal. We have heart, they don't have heart and all these things. So how they are similar? But yes, they are similar because both are living. So whenever we are introducing the term life, there are few important parameters of life, and that only I have enlisted here. So, the first important parameter here is all the living organisms perform respiration. Respiration, that is, it is a process of obtaining energy. Whenever we are talking about energy has various forms. In class 9th, you have already studied about mechanical energy in physics. In class 10th, you will study about electrical energy. So energy has various forms, light energy and all energy. But when we are talking particularly about biology, in biological organism, the energy is stored in the form of a molecule or a biomolecule, and that is termed as ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. This molecule is acting as a currency of energy, and this energy is formed in mitochondria. Usually, organisms are of two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So, I am talking about eukaryote. In eukaryote organism, they are formed in mitochondria that you already studied in class 9th. Remember the chapter cell organelles, we have studied already. Well, talking about, so first important criteria for the living organism is living organism must perform respiration. Respiration, don't confuse respiration by taking of oxygen. There are various organisms which perform respiration in the presence of oxygen. There are various organisms which perform respiration in the absence of oxygen also. On the basis of that, respiration could be aerobic and anaerobic. So respiration is the process of obtaining of ATP, formation of ATP from the biomolecules. Okay, so second important criteria is reproduction. Reproduction means the living organism must have the process to transfer its generation. Okay, so every living organism has some of the information, some of the hereditary information which has to be transferred. These information which is transferred from the parent to offspring or parent to progeny, that is called as hereditary information. Okay, and for that reproduction is important. If you have taken a mango seed and if you sow the mango seed in the ground, which type of plant will form? Definitely mango, because mango seed can only give birth to a mango plant. A human being can only give birth to a human child. Similarly, every organism, a bacteria can only give birth to another bacteria. A amoeba can give birth to a amoeba, a form amoeba. So every organism can form its similar kind of organisms, and this process is called as reproduction. Third, repair and growth. Remember, when you are learning cycling, or when you go to the cricket ground or football ground, sometime while playing or sometime while riding, if you fell down, some scratches comes on your elbow or knee or somewhere, any part of the body. And after some time, you will find that the body will heal it. The body repaired it. The skin which is torted, the blood capillary which is torted, that skin and blood capillary are again repaired in the given frame of time. And that is termed as repair and growth. Okay. So every organism has the capacity to grow also. Right? Remember, today after this class you can take out your photograph when you were 10-year-old. Then again take out a photograph when you are 5-year-old and take out a photograph when you are newborn. So if you compare these 4 or 5 pictures or your photograph, you will see that day by day you are growing. Similarly, a plant, animal or any organism perform growth. Fourth important one is regulation. Any living organism has a process to control and coordinate between the organs. As you all know, bigger plant or higher plants and higher animals, whenever I am talking about a higher plant, so all the flowering plants comes under the higher plant. In class 9th you have studied about gymnosperms and angiosperms. So gymnosperms and angiosperms both are the higher plants or higher animals. Right, there should be, there is a proper control and coordination. Okay, control and coordination means what? Now let me take a very simple example. Whenever we are eating a food. Now remember the mechanism. When you are eating a food, what will happen? You have taken the chapati in one hand, you have mixed with the vegetable or dal or whatever it is, and then you have put it into your mouth. So as you are put it into the mouth, your hand should coordinate with your mouth. Okay, if suppose hand reaches there and mouth remain closed, the food will not go inside. And suppose if your hand is in plate and mouth remains open, again the food will not fly and go inside your mouth. Getting the point? So there should be a particular control and coordination. When we are walking, when we are running a bicycle, when we are playing, all the organs remains in the controlled state, and internally they are coordinating also. Okay, so for control we have nervous system, and for coordination we have a well-developed endocrine system. What are they? We will study in class 10 further topics. Next one is a very important, that is transportation. Transportation is again important. Why? Because especially in the multicellular organism it is much important. Transportation means to carry the nutrient from one part of body to another part of body. For example, the site of digestion in your body is small intestine. Okay, it is not a stomach. Right, stomach also performs some of the digestive processes, but basically it is the small intestine where complete digestion of food as well as absorption of food takes place. Now, small intestine is present in the guts. The glucose which is formed, that glucose has to reach to the muscles, especially your limbs. For example, your leg, your hand, and whatever the body part which is performing the function. How this process takes place, how a glucose reaches to the muscles from intestine. Similarly, if we are inhaling the gases during breathing, in the process of breathing, whenever we inhale gas, the oxygen comes and accumulated in our lungs, and then it is required at the site of respiration, that is either in the muscles. How it will reach from the lungs to the muscles, and for that we should have a well developed transportation mechanism. Okay, so transportation takes place in plants also as well as in animals also. Next important feature is excretion. So after the metabolism, what is metabolism? Okay, we will see just after this slide. We will see what is metabolism. So after the metabolism, when once the food completely digested and it forms energy, whatever the remnant, whatever the excreta, whatever the is present, that waste has to be removed from the body, and that process is called as excretory excretion. This takes place through a well-developed excretory system. For example, in human being, kidney is the excretory organ and nephrons are filtering our blood. Next one, very important, is the nutrition. Okay, nutrition is one of the most important feature. Whatever is the living organism, it requires nutrient, because once it takes nutrient, then only it can perform respiration, and then only it can form ATP. Okay, so these are some of the features which is performed by any living organism. Okay, but somewhere the question remains that all the living organisms are performing the same thing. And the question is, what is the basic feature of a living organism? Living organism can perform all of these things, are performing all of those things. It is very mandatory. But a mind that what is the basic feature, one feature which is performed by all the living organism throughout, and that is metabolism. Well, now this term I want that all my students should understand very, very clearly, because this is the main term on the basis of which this whole chapter depends. Okay, well, what is metabolism? Metabolism is a sum of two processes. One is called as catabolism and another one is called as anabolism. Catabolism and anabolism. Okay, now let us understand what do you mean by cata and what do you mean by anabolism. Catabolism means if one larger molecule is break into small molecules, that process is called as catabolism. For example, there is a large molecule, and if this large molecule break into its respective units, okay, these are the units, these are the small units, and these units unite together to form a large molecule. And when this large molecule break into simple units, then this process is called as catabolism. The best example of catabolism is respiration. During the process of respiration, glucose C6H12O6, this glucose is split into CO2 plus H2O plus energy, and this energy is stored in the form of ATP. So this is the simple equation of respiration. right? It may be aerobic or may be anaerobic. I don't want to enter into that topic. So here, a molecule of glucose is split into its respective constituents, and this process is termed as catabolism, or any such type of process in which a large molecule break into the smaller molecules or simpler molecules are called as catabolism. Another one is anabolism. Talking about anabolism, ana means addition. When the small molecule unite and to form a larger molecule, this is termed as anabolism. So it is totally inverse of catabolism. In catabolism, a large molecules break into small units, and in anabolism, small units unite together to form the large molecule. The best example for anabolism is we can take as a photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide react with water, and this will form glucose, C6H12O6. It will form glucose. So here the simple units unite together to form the larger unit, and that is called as anabolism. Cata plus anabolism, both are unitedly termed as metabolism. Okay, so metabolism is a sum total term, right? And this term include addition and splitting of molecule which takes place inside the body. And this process is a very, very important feature of all living organisms. Maybe you talk about the simple cell organism, or maybe you talk about the complex organisms. Okay, here we can understand the whole process by this diagram. For example, whatever food you are taking, suppose these are the food. Whatever food you are taking, all the food undergoes a catabolic pathway. This is catabolic pathway. That means the complex molecule, the food what we have taken, whether in the form of chapati or rice or dal or whatever it is, or vegetables, whatever we have taken, that is a complex molecule. Now that molecule is not going to store in our blood. It is not so. That molecule is going to split into simple molecules. So here what is happening? A large molecule is splitting into simple molecules, or a carbohydrate or a long chain of protein is split into its simpler molecule. Carbohydrate is split into glucose if you are talking about animals, and proteins are split into its respective constituents, which is called as amino acids. Okay, so that we will study. So here it is a catabolic pathway, and one large molecule is split into its various constituents. Right? It forms either energy, it forms cellular building block. As you can see, there are various cellular building blocks are there which are present. These units are termed as monomers or single unit, and also they releases some of the energy in the form of heat. So as I was discussing about the process of respiration. So this process is called as catabolism. And anabolism means what? Whenever these molecules consume energy, and whenever these molecules consume energy, and then these molecules again reframe into a separate molecule, bigger molecule. This process is called as anabolism. Anabolism, that is addition. Right. So in this way, catabolism and anabolism both are very important process of living organism. Right. Well, so this is a small introduction of this chapter. It is always advisable that after every video, go through your context very clearly, go through your text you have, try to make your own notes. In class 10th, note making is a very important feature. Okay, so after this lecture, you just note down during this lecture, you just note down all the important points. This video will be recorded on the channel. You can again and again watch the video, and you can take out your concepts. Okay, in this chapter, in the chapter of life process, basically we are going to study the 4 important topics. That is, first one is nutrition. In this we will study about the type of nutrition and how the nutrition, what do you mean by nutrition and what are the various modes of nutrition. In second, we will discuss about respiration. Respiration is the second topic, how the plant and animals are respiring. Third, we are going to study about transportation, whatever the molecules which are respired, how they are transported from one to another organism. And fourth, it is excretion. So, once the transportation is over, how the waste material are excreted out from the body. Okay, so that all 4 topics we are going to study in this topic. Now, let us discuss about the various. Let us discuss about nutrition, its definition, and its requirement. Right. Well, when we're talking about nutrition, nutrition is the process of obtaining and utilization of food for meeting the various requirements of living being. Okay, nutrition, it's a very, very important process, and this process especially concerns with the obtaining of food. Here, food means nothing but nutrients. These nutrients are the biomolecules, and these biomolecules or nutrients are important for energy, for bodybuilding, for protection, and for performing various regulatory functions. So nutrition is the process of obtaining of nutrients. Every organism in their diversity has different method for obtaining nutrients. For example, plants perform photosynthesis and animals perform holozoic mode of nutrition. Bacteria has some other mode of nutrition. Fungi has some other mode of nutrition. Some parasites have some other mode of nutrition. So mode of nutrition may vary as per the diversity of organism. Here, if we talk about nutrients, nutrients are the special biomolecules which are performing all these functions, either energy or bodybuilding or protection or regulatory function or whatever it is. When we talk about nutrients, nutrients are either carbohydrate or proteins, fat, vitamins, minerals, and other water. Okay, basically carbohydrate is responsible, carbohydrate and fat, these two are responsible for energy. Hence, they are also responsible for providing energy to an organism. While we talk about proteins, proteins are responsible for bodybuilding. Or for repair mechanism, whatever we have studied. Vitamins, vitamins and minerals, it is responsible for regulatory function. Vitamins are responsible for performing various regulations which are present in, which are performed by any living organism. Okay, so in sum total, if we talk, nutrition is the process to obtaining carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, water from environment. Okay, well, If you talk about, now only I told you that various organisms has variety of mode of nutrition. Every organism are specialized for obtaining its particular mode of nutrition. Right. On the basis of mode of nutrition, organisms can be further classified into two important categories. The first one is autotrophic organisms which perform autotrophs. They are also called as an autotroph, which perform autotrophic mode of nutrition. And second one is heterotroph. As far as the definitions of both are concerned, you already studied, but just let me highlight. So autotroph mode of nutrition are those in which the organism can prepare its own food. Okay, here food means nutrient. The organism are responsible for forming its own nutrient. That is called as autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic mode of nutrition is performed by all the green plants and various algae as well as some of the bacteria also. While we are talking about heterotrophic mode of nutrition, it is a mode of nutrition in which an organism depends upon another organism for its nutrient. Okay, heterotrophic nutrition basically includes three different mode of nutrition, that is saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic mode of nutrition. Saprophytic mode of nutrition, that is, it is a mode of nutrition in which organism obtain its nutrient from dead and decay material. For example, yeast and various fungi. Parasitic mode of nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which the organism harm the another organism and obtain the nutrient. Harming. Okay, parasites always harm another organism and then it obtain the nutrient. And third one is holozoic. Holozoic means it is a mode of nutrition in which an organism take the another organism as a whole. Okay, so these three mode of nutrition we will discuss in later part, maybe in next video. Okay, about heterotrophic nutrition, and in this lecture we are concerned strictly about autotrophic mode of nutrition. So let us begin the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Talking about autotrophic nutrition, as far as definition is concerned, let us see once. It is a nutrition in which the organism prepare their own food from simple inorganic substance. Organism has a capacity to prepare their own food. Now what do you mean by that? Since your parents are cooking food in kitchen, they are preparing the food, so they are autotroph. And you are simply eating the food, that's why we are heterotroph. No. Here food means, remember, always I am telling you, here food means nutrient. Our mother or father can cook food in the kitchen, but they are not responsible for making carbohydrate or protein or vitamins in our kitchen. Got the point? So that's why autotrophic mode of nutrition, that means preparing own food. Here food means nutrient. Food means nutrient. By the process of by using simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So by definition only it is called auto, means self. Okay, so autotrophic mode of nutrition are performed by all the organisms which can perform photosynthesis. Because photosynthesis is a very important process as far as autotrophic mode of nutrition is concerned. right? So it is performed by all the green plants. It is performed by all the green plants, algae, and few of the bacteria also, right? So as you can see here, the process of photosynthesis, it is a process of formation. So sunlight, carbon dioxide react with water, and then it forms simple sugar molecule, also releases oxygen. And this process takes place in the presence of sunlight. So important process which is performed by all the autotrophic organisms. Now discuss the fine features of this photosynthesis and how a autotroph prepare its own food. As far as the definition of photosynthesis is concerned, it is very clear. Photo means light and synthesis means formation. So photosynthesis is a process in which light is important, and whatever synthesis takes place, that all synthesis require light. It requires light, right? So it is a process of manufacturing of organic food from carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water, the process of photosynthesis begins and it makes organic food. But as for cooking anything, two things are important. First of all, the raw material, the site also, conditions also. Okay, for example, paneer. Today you have purchased vegetables. That vegetable you cut it and properly put it into the pan without putting you think that the vegetable. And second thing, for cooking of food we have a specialized room. That room is called as kitchen. So for the process of photosynthesis also, two things are important. First one is the source of energy. Here the source of energy is nothing but it is sunlight, solar energy, and chlorophyll is active where the process takes place, right? So photosynthesis is a process of manufacturing. Here organic food means or glucose, we will see in the process by using carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. As far as we talk about photosynthesis, is remember a question for 1 month. What of here a byproduct of photosynthesis? Forest is also green lung because it outside and it gives, right? So here it gives carbon dioxide and gives us oxygen. This oxygen is a side product for the plants because plants does not require this oxygen for any of its metabolic process, right? And the organic food is nothing but the glucose, and this glucose is stored in the form of starch. In the plants, glucose is stored in the form of starch. In animals, glucose is stored in the form of glycogen. Again, this is a very important question. for 1 mark. This is also a very important question for 1 mark. Right. Okay. So normally if we talk about the equation of photosynthesis, so photosynthesis is a process in which carbon dioxide react with water along with carbon dioxide react with water in the presence of solar energy or sunlight. In the presence of chlorophyll, it forms sugar C6H12O6, and it liberates water and oxygen as a side product. Okay, now let us see how this process. Okay, so today we have studied a little bit introduction about this chapter. We have studied about some of the terms and definitions of autotroph, how it is different from heterotroph, and what are the other modes of nutrition. And we have also studied about the definition of photosynthesis. Since we are running short of time, so students, the detailed mechanism of this photosynthesis I will cover in my next video lecture. Since it is a little bit long topic and it is very important to understand. Hence, we will cover the process of photosynthesis in the next video lecture. Till that time, take care of yourself and keep on studying. We will see very shortly, and we will meet again in a within very short time. Thank you very much.